Let me tell you something that might shock you. You don't need more vocabulary to speak English fluently. Yes, you heard that right. Because right now, millions of English learners around the world are stuck in the same loop. They keep memorizing word lists. They save hundreds of advanced vocabulary videos. They write down difficult words like extraordinary, magnificent, 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 sophisticated. But when it's time to speak, they freeze. They forget everything. Or worse, they stay silent. So here's the real question. If vocabulary is the key, why can't you speak? Hello, and welcome to English with Ryan. Chapter 1. You don't need more vocabulary. The problem is not your vocabulary. The problem is how you use it. Let me show you something simple. Imagine you forget the word thermometer. Most learners panic. They stop talking. But a fluent speaker does something different. They say, it's a tool. You use it to measure temperature. That's it. No stress. No stopping. No fear. Now imagine you don't know the word microwave. Instead of going blank, you say, it's a machine that heats food very fast. See what's happening. You're still communicating. You're still speaking English. And most importantly, people understand you. This is the secret no one teaches you. Fluency is not about knowing more words. Fluency is about knowing how to describe what you don't know. Think about children. A child doesn't know many words, but they can still explain things. They say, it's like this. It's for this. It looks like that. And somehow, you understand them perfectly. That's real communication. Now here's the truth. Native speakers do this all the time. When they forget a word, they don't stop. They describe, they simplify, they keep going, and that's why they sound fluent. So, instead of asking yourself, how can I learn more vocabulary? Start asking, how can I explain this in a simple way? Because once you can describe something, you don't need the perfect word anymore. You don't need to translate in your head. You don't need to be afraid of forgetting. You just speak. In this series, I'm going to show you a simple method, a method that helps you describe anything in English. Objects, people, place, even ideas. Step by step. No complicated grammar. No difficult vocabulary. Just simple English. That works. So, by the end of this, you won't just know more English. You'll finally be able to use it. Because remember this, if you can describe it, you can speak English. Chapter 2. The simple 4-step method to describe anything. Now, let's make this practical. If you want to describe anything in English, you don't need to guess. You don't need to be creative. You just need a simple structure that works every time. Here is the method. 4 steps. That's all. Step 1. Start by saying what kind of thing it is. This gives your listener a clear starting point. You can say, it's a thing, it's a person, it's a place. 7. It's a tool. For example, it's a tool. It's an animal. It's a device. Simple. Clear. No pressure. Step 2. Function. Now, explain what it does. This is the most important part. Use phrases like, it's used to. You use it to. It helps you. For example, it's used to write. You use it to cut things. It helps you communicate. Even if your grammar is not perfect, people will understand you. Step 3. Appearance. Now describe how it looks. This helps your listener imagine it. You can say, it looks like, it's big, small, it's made of, it has. For example, it's small and light. It's made of plastic. It has a screen. You don't need fancy adjectives. Simple words are enough. Step 4. Extra details. Add 1 or 2 more simple ideas. This makes your description more natural. You can say, You can find it in people use it every day. It's very common. It's usually, for example, you can find it in every home. People use it at work. It's very popular. Now let's put everything together. Imagine you want to describe a pen. You can say, it's a tool. You use it to write. It's small and light. People use it every day. That's it. 4 short sentences. And you're speaking English clearly. Let's try another example. A laptop. It's a device. You use it to work or study. It has a screen and a keyboard. People use it at home or in the office. Again, simple. No difficult words, but completely understandable. Here's something important. Don't try to make perfect sentences. Don't try to sound smart. Your goal is to be clear. If people understand you, you are doing it right. This method works because it gives your brain a path. Instead of thinking, what word should I use? You think, what is it? What does it do? What does it look like? Anything else? And suddenly, speaking becomes easier. No panic, no silence, just step by step. This is how you build real fluency. Chapter 3. Describe everyday objects with simple English. Start with things you see every day. This is the easiest way to train your speaking. You don't need special topics. You don't need preparation. Just look around you and describe what is in front of you. Let's begin with something simple. A phone. You can say, it's a small device. You use it to call people and send messages. It has a screen. People use it every day. That's enough. Now, try something else. A bottle. It's a container. You use it to hold water or drinks. It's usually made of plastic or glass. You can carry it with you. Notice something important. You are not using difficult words. You are not translating. You are just explaining. That's the goal. Now let's make it a little more interesting. A chair. It's a piece of furniture. You use it to sit. It has 4 legs and a back. You can find it in every house. Simple, structure, clear meaning. Now try a car. It's a vehicle. You use it to travel. It has 4 wheels and an engine. People use it to go to work or go on trips. You don't need to say automobile or any advanced word. Vehicle or even thing you use to travel is enough. Here is a useful tip. If you don't know one word, replace it with something easier. For example, if you don't know container, you can say, it's a thing. You use it to hold water. Still correct. Still understandable. Now let's practice thinking faster. Look at something near you right now. Maybe your laptop. Try this. It's a device. You use it to work or watch videos. It has a screen and a keyboard. It's very useful. Done. You just described it in English. Here is another idea. Make it a game. Choose an object and describe it in 10 seconds. Don't stop. Don't think too much. Just follow the structure. Even if your sentence is not perfect. Keep going, because fluency comes from movement, not perfection. Another example. A backpack. It's a bag. You use it to carry things. It has 2 straps. Students use it at school. You see how natural this is becoming. You are training your brain to speak without fear. One more. A fan. It's a machine. It moves air. You use it to feel cool. It has blades and it spins. You are now describing without translating. This is the key skill. The more you practice with simple objects, the faster your brain learns to respond. And when real conversations happen, you won't freeze, because your brain already knows what to do. It describes. Chapter 4. Describe people in a natural way. Describing people is something you do all the time. You talk about your friends, your family, your coworkers, People you meet every day. But many learners feel stuck here. They try to remember specific vocabulary. They worry about using the right adjective. They hesitate. You don't need that. You just need a simple pattern. Start with appearance. Use basic, clear words. He is tall. She is short. He has black hair. She has long hair. You don't need complicated descriptions. Simple is enough. Then, move to personality. This is where you describe how the person is. He is friendly. She is kind. He is funny. She is quiet. If you don't know many personality words, use easy ones. Good, nice, happy, busy. These are powerful because everyone understands them. Next, add what they do or your relationship with them. He is my friend. She works with me. He is a teacher. She is my sister. Now put everything together. For example, he is my friend. He is tall and thin. He has short black hair. He is very friendly and funny. That's a complete description. Clear, natural, easy to understand. Let's try another one. She is my coworker. She has long brown hair. She is very kind and hardworking. She helps people a lot. Again. Simple, structure. Now, here is something important. If you don't know a word, describe it. For example, maybe you don't know the word generous? You can say, she likes to help people and give things to others. That's perfect. People understand you. Another example, you don't know. You can say, he is not afraid to speak in front of people. Same meaning. Simple English. You are still communicating. Now, let's make it more real. Imagine you are talking about someone famous. He is an actor. He is tall and strong. He has short hair. He is very popular and people like him, even without the name. People can imagine the person. That means your description works. Here is a useful tip. Don't try to describe everything. Choose a few key details. Appearance, personality, connection. That's enough. Also, speak in short sentences. This helps you stay fluent. If you try to make long, is adverbial. You will stop more often. Short sentences keep your flow. Now, try it yourself. Think of someone you know. Describe them out loud. Use simple words. Keep going, even if you repeat words. It's okay. Fluency is not about variety. It's about clarity and confidence. The more you describe people, the easier it becomes. And soon, you won't need to think. You will just speak. Chapter 5. Describe places and situations clearly. When you describe a place, your goal is simple. Help the listener imagine it. You don't need perfect words. You don't need long sentences. You just need to guide their imagination step by step. Start with what the place is. It's a restaurant. It's a small room. It's a big city. This gives a clear picture immediately. Next, describe what people do there. People go there to eat. You can study there. People live and work there. This makes your description more alive. Then add details about the environment. Talk about size, atmosphere, or features. It's very crowded. It's quiet and peaceful. It has many buildings. It has a lot of trees. Now the listener can feel the place. Finally, add your feeling or opinion. I like it because it's relaxing. It's a good place to work. It's not very comfortable. This makes your English more natural and personal. Let's try a full example. A coffee shop. It's a small place where people drink coffee. You can sit and work or talk with friends. It's usually quiet and comfortable. I like it because it helps me focus. Simple, clear, natural. Now another example. A city. It's a big city. Many people live there. It has a lot of buildings and traffic. People work, study, and travel every day. It's busy, but interesting. Even with basic words, you can describe a complex place. Now, let's talk about situations. A situation is something that happens. For example, a party. It's an event where people meet and have fun. They talk, eat, and listen to music. It's usually loud and exciting. People enjoy spending time together. Or a classroom. It's a place where students learn. The teacher explains lessons and students listen or ask questions. It's usually quiet, but sometimes active. Notice how you describe both the place and what happens inside it. This is important because real communication is not just about objects. It's about experiences. Here is a useful technique. Use simple connectors. And also, sometimes, for example, it's a park. People go there to relax and walk. It has trees and open space. Sometimes people play sports there. This helps your speech flow smoothly. Now try this. Think about a place you know well. Your room, your office, your favorite restaurant. Describe it using what it is, what people do there, what it looks like, how you feel about it. Speak out loud. Don't stop. Don't translate. Just describe. Because the more you do this, the more natural your English becomes. You are no longer searching for words. You are building meaning, and that is real communication. Chapter 6. When you don't know the word. Keep speaking. There will be moments when you don't know a word. This is normal. It happens to every learner. It even happens to native speakers. The difference is not knowledge. The difference is reaction. Many learners stop. They pause. They say nothing. But you don't need to stop. You have options. The first option is use simpler words. If you don't know a specific word, break it into basic ideas. For example, you don't know the word blender? You can say, it's a machine. You use it to mix food and make drinks. That works. People understand you. The second option is compare it to something else. Use phrases like, it's similar to, for example, it's like a small computer you can carry. Even if the comparison is not perfect, it helps the listener understand faster. The third option is describe the function clearly. Focus on what it does. For example, you don't know. Remote control? You can say, it's a small thing. You use it to control the TV from far away. That is clear and useful. Another strategy is use examples. For example, it's something you use in the kitchen, like when you cook or prepare food. You are giving context. This makes your meaning stronger. Now, here is something important. You don't need to find the exact word. You just need to make your idea clear. Communication is not a test. There is no score. If people understand you, you succeed. Let's look at a real situation. You are talking to someone and you forget a word. Instead of stopping, you say, I don't know the word, but it's something you use to, and then you continue. This is powerful because you keep the conversation alive. Here is another example. You don't know the word keyboard. You can say, it's part of a computer. You use it to type letters and numbers. Simple, clear, effective. Now think about your mindset. If you are afraid of mistakes, you will stop. If you accept mistakes, you will continue. And when you continue, you improve. Fluent speakers are not perfect. They are flexible. They adjust. They find another way to express the same idea. This is a skill, and like any skill, you can train it. Try this exercise. Pick a random object. Now pretend you don't know its name. Describe it. Explain it. Compare it. Keep talking for 20 seconds. No stopping. This trains your brain to stay active, to stay in English. Over time, you will notice something. You stop worrying about missing words because you know you can always explain. And once you reach that point, you are no longer blocked. You are free to speak. Chapter 7. Build real fluency through daily speaking. Fluency is not something you wait for. It is something you build, not by studying more, but by using what you already know every day in small, simple ways. You don't need long conversations. You don't need a partner. You don't need perfect grammar. You just need to speak. Start with 5 minutes a day. That's enough. Look around you. Choose one thing, anything, and describe it. Out loud, not in your head. Your voice matters. Your brain needs to connect thoughts to sound. For example, you see a cup. Say, it's a small thing. You use it to drink. It's made of glass. I use it every morning. Then move to something else. A door. It's part of a room. You use it to go in and out. It's made of wood. It opens and closes. Keep going. Don't stop after one sentence. Push yourself to say more, even if you repeat ideas. Continue. Repetition builds speed. Speed builds confidence. Now add a small challenge. Set a timer for 1 minute. Pick one object. Speak about it for the full minute. If you don't know what to say, repeat and expand. It's a chair. You use it to sit. It's very common. People use it at home. I use it every day. It's important. You are training. Flow, not perfection. Another exercise. Describe your day. Morning, afternoon, evening. Use simple English. In the morning, I wake up. I eat breakfast. I go to work. In the afternoon, I stand. Keep it basic, but keep it moving. This builds real speaking ability. Here is something important. Don't correct yourself too much while speaking. If you stop every time you make a mistake, you break your flow. Fluency needs movement. You can improve accuracy later. First, learn to continue. Also, don't wait until you feel ready. You will never feel ready. Start now. Even if your English is simple, even if you repeat words, even if you make mistakes. Because action creates improvement. Thinking does not. Over time, something changes. Your sentences become faster. Your ideas come more easily. You stop translating. You start expressing. And one day, you realize something. You are not searching for words anymore. You are describing, naturally, without fear. That is fluency. Not perfect grammar, not advanced vocabulary, but the ability to keep speaking, to keep explaining, to keep going. So make it a habit. 5 minutes a day. Speak about anything, every day. Because if you can describe it, you can speak English.